last time we've got through a couple chapters of the game. We met our two main characters, Evangeline? Wow, I've already forgotten. She was a student at the university, and then there's the professor. The professor is the link to the previous game, Call of the Sea, and his now deceased wife is the narrator in this game, so it's all connected to previous events, to previous connections those people had to the elder gods, and they're calling to us. They're calling to her. They want their statuette, but the problem is there's also some evil organization that's trying to gain the power of the gods, maybe, and they have kidnapped one of our characters, and now the professor is trying to make his way in and free her. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how we gotta do that. Yeah, so we've made it inside here. And yes, this organization, they have this weird Egyptian hall with statues. Chad is always willing to talk about food, yes. Oh, there was something about buns the previous time, sort of buns people were going to look up. It's just a statue. Yeah, but it's a small statue. A tiny one. Yeah, so here on those statues, we have like spinning things with various values, because we've seen, yes, there's like numbers. So a Roman numerals, a name, then a job, then location. Oh no, well, Orion is a constellation. So maybe constellations, and then some hieroglyphs. Okay, so we have to find sets of information that come together and will go on those statues. And there is 5 of those. Okay, we need 5 sets. You wish your job was deleted. And yes, there's this board with all of the hieroglyphs. Oh, there's a staircase here as well.
Egyptian hieroglyphs?
Yes, there are Egyptian hieroglyphs, so it's like rows of things, but right now we don't understand what they mean. Access to the Black Pharaoh room is strictly forbidden. Only once the participants have aligned the elements of their statues will the great Black Pharaoh descend from his chamber to begin the ritual.
Apparently, the only way to get into the Pharaoh's office is by getting the right combination on the statues downstairs. And yes. I bet my life that Pharaoh is Caleb Bowen.
Yes, I did suspect that that would be like we have to solve the puzzle in order to get inside. Some drawers. Can we open the drawers? Okay, empty, empty, empty. My favorite thing when game is like, you can open all of those things. There's nothing in them, but open them. And this is not something we can open. Okay, anything here before we start going upstairs? Anything behind those curtains? No, they're made out of stone and we can't move them. And here, okay, that might be the elevator that will take us to the office.
This elevator doesn't seem to have a call button. I don't know what to do with it.
Yes, it is some sort of manner once again. So, yes. Nothing we can do here right now. We gotta go explore and find the information. Yes, randomly there will be a drawer with something in it, right? But they can't just have one. They have to let us open 15. Okay, nice hall.
These people are out of their minds, no doubt about it. Yes, and they clearly have a pathological obsession with Egypt.
I mean, lots of mysterious things there.
There's a pyramid in the center of this chamber. I wonder if...
Okay, so it is a pyramid.
Certain sections of this pyramid seem to move.
And when we press buttons...
Harry wondered whether it was a good idea to mess with the mechanism, but he quickly dismissed the thought.
Even if it meant alerting someone, he had to find Evangeline and get out of there.
Okay, well that made it go up. But now... What, we don't have more... Ah no, we can turn those things. Okay, can we make all the corners the same? Is that what they want us to do? Because, like, we can have 3 suns, but then that's not stars. And there we go. I've opened it. I don't know if there were instructions for this anywhere, but I'm just like, you know, I'm opening it. Align some lines? Sure. Some sort of observatory staircase. Okay, we can align different pieces of it. Yes, align all the lines together. And then, is there anything specific on the dome? Okay, there's like a bigger gap. There we go.
Yes, the doors to the upper rooms are open.
There we go. That was nice and intuitive of what to do. We didn't need any extra instructions. Rubik's Pyramid. Oh, yeah, we might be learning some ancient language. This water looks a bit goopy. Like, it looks like it's way too viscous to just be water. What we have? Only those who have been enlightened know the divine geometry of the tetrahedron, which grants access to the gates of knowledge. Okay, I think this may have been a clue for that construction.
Know the divine geometry of the tetrahedron, which grants access to the gates of knowledge. What's this load of baloney?
Yeah, that might have been basically that puzzle. Okay, there's stuff in this drawer, but it doesn't go anywhere. Okay, there's another one of those pieces.
A tetrahedron.
Okay, so it doesn't tell us like, oh, you needed to make 3 moons, 3 stars, 3 suns. Well, I have already done that. Thank you very much, game. I'm like, I see puzzle, I solve puzzle. Yes, this is the Starry Wisdom.
Stellae Sapientis. The Starry Wisdom Society. Providence.
Yes, it's like a complicated locking mechanism for your doors. Just to make it inconvenient. More Egyptian statues. And various items. Oh, and their pins.
I believe my psychiatrist had one of these too.
Yeah, not a real psychiatrist. Just a fake one, trying to trick you. We got some kitties. Hello, kitties. How you doing? This door, locked. Because that's not the one that's open. Wait, so we have those ones here open. Okay, this
looks like an astronomer's office.
Yes, I was gonna just say, it looks like some sort of astronomy situation. Because, yeah, like planetary system, telescope, a book. Okay, we're learning the hieroglyphs here. So we have Akhet, the season of the Nile's flooding, Peret, the season of emergence of crop growth, and Shemu, the season of harvest. Stellae Sapientis, intelligent stars, white stars, they're just ball of flaming gas, you know. Well. Although, you know, you could kind of say this about, because obviously part of like the stuff we've been looking at is constellations, right? So it might be a bit more of like, if you follow the constellations, they lead you something, because it seems like there is a specific constellation that's related to the elder gods. So that might be what they mean in that sense. Okay, well, so we're learning about the hieroglyphics and the terms here. So he's both an astronomer and, for some reason, Egyptian history is part of this. Star maps. Anything here for us to read? Open. Okay, there's some star
Different
maps
constellations. It would take a good eye to locate all of them in the night sky.
Yes, so the constellation. And this is actually the names that were on the pillar. So the Aguirre, and Endanua, Orion, Lynx, and Corvus.
Different constellations.
Okay.
It would take a good eye.
Did he take notes of this? He just wrote the astronomer.
To locate all of them in the night sky.
So I'm like, you know, do I need to take my own notes? So far the game's been like, you don't need to take your own notes, so I'm gonna trust it on that. First a cat. Okay, so this is dates where the different periods would occur during the year.
Heaven's sake. These kooks really are obsessed with ancient Egypt.
So they were obsessed with Egypt because, of course, so many games and various media are obsessed with, you know, ancient Egypt. It was just too advanced and it must have been aliens. Right, so there's always some sort of thing going on. I think I have the code name for new member. What do you think of Orion? If we also assign him the hieroglyph we discussed, his symbol would match his mask, just as your does. Let me know what you think. After all, astronomy is your domain. Okay, so they give them names after the constellation, which means the newest member might be Orion, which means we know this person in this office is not Orion. And then, yes, the hieroglyphics that they assign.
So these freaks have masks, code names, and hieroglyphs assigned to each of them.
Yes, that's what I gathered from it. But we may have to visit more of the rooms to kind of get the breadth of the information about it. Okay, nothing more here to open. Let's go to the next office. Okay, then we have some sort of
archaeologist's office,
archaeologist. For sure. Stop speaking in front of me, dude. Just spoiling my observations. Okay, another book. In Egyptian hieroglyphs, the direction of the figure's face determines the opposite reading direction, a subtle guide for the reader's eye to navigate realms hidden in stone. Thus, if the characters face right, the text is read from right to left. Conversely, if they face left, the text is read from left to right. Even though the savage traditions disgust me, I have no choice but to accept them. Okay, then.
There's something written in German in these pages.
Although Harry's German was a bit rusty, he understood what it meant.
Okay, I guess it's the bit about the savage tradition disgusts me, since that's not part of the book, but it's put in the transcript. Okay, so we will have to pay attention to the facing. Never really like when my characters just tell us exactly what to think. Yes, so again, this game does have hard mode where you can turn all of this off, but then it's gonna be all of that off, and I'm a bit worried. Like, they don't recommend using it, right? They say, like, we recommend not playing with it on. So I'm worried that as much as it's gonna turn off them, like, remarking on things too early, it's also gonna turn off some things that we're gonna need, and we're gonna get stuck on some stuff that's like, oh yeah, because the character didn't mention it, we didn't know we were supposed to pay attention to that or something like that. Yes, it's definitely a cult. I mean, it consists of 5 people, at least in terms of maybe the leadership, but there might be more, like, you know, lower members. Although, yes, they could just be elitist and be like, no, only a few people are allowed. Okay, so this is pictures from the cave, and then pictures from their office as well. This is like, looks like the cave we've been in, maybe. Down here, a camera. Very old.
This must be the group's official photographer.
Although this is like the 50s, so not as old back in that time. Okay, some broken things. Yeah, you have to be rich. I mean, they're clearly funding their own...
This guy has been all over the world.
Like, expeditions and stuff like that, so they have to have the money. Some letter. Auriga, do not ever address me as Larry during the rituals again. Proper names are strictly forbidden within these walls. Consider this your final warning. Links.
The letter laid bare the bad blood between some of the cult members. Something pretty common when power-hungry fanatics are involved.
Okay, yes, so there are cult members for sure, and they're like all up themselves, being like, oh, I'm so important, how dare you call me Larry? Is this open? Okay, that's the dark room. with all the pictures that they've been developing, and also like just drinking while developing pictures. Yeah, we've got some chemicals.
Trays with various chemical substances. They even have the molecular structures written on the bottles.
Yes, Larry isn't cool, but Lynx it's cool. Yes. So we have various chemicals here, I assume, for developing photographs. I've never developed my own photographs, so I don't really know about it. But I've played at least a few games where they're like, oh yeah, stick it in that tray, and then stick it in that tray, and stick it in that tray. So I know at least that's involved.
Looks like a device to make prints from photographic film.
But normally they just call it the developer and something, right? They don't actually ask you to know the chemical notation. Okay, nothing in this cupboard. So I presume there will be some photographs we have to develop. We just don't have them yet. We have to find some film. Oh, there's something in the bin.
A bin full of discarded prints.
Okay. Can we look at them? No, we can just comment on that. Fine. Cool. Who's next? Who has the next office? Okay. Okay, this looks very posh and all golden. So for once I don't have a guess of who this might be.
This office looks expensive. Must belong to some sort of dilettante.
Ah, the dilettante.
This fella clearly has expensive tastes. I'm impressed.
So they just got money and they show off because they dabble in whatever. Being rich. So he's funding all this stuff. Okay, it's Tuesday the 29th of October, apparently.
October 29th.
Yeah, I think it's not the kind of game where they're gonna be like, oh, you have to know the chemistry, right? They're gonna give us some clues, because I haven't done chemistry since I was in high school, and that was a long time ago. Okay.
You have to be some kind of narcissist to snap a pic of yourself. Especially if it's just to show off your muscles.
I mean, you're assuming this is the owner of this office, right? This could be their boyfriend or something. Built like a brick house. But fine, let's believe you. I don't see why Pharaoh puts up much faith in Eridanus. He's nothing more than a big-headed fool. I knew he wouldn't be able to fetch that statuette. What good are those hypnosis tricks? It would have been a heck of a lot easier to just send me. I'm the strongest and largest in the group after all. A couple of punches and we'd have that relic by now. Okay, so Eridanus is the fake psychologist that was coming to see the professor then, because he does the hypnosis. Carmichael Industries. Okay, so he's some sort of industrialist that's rich of it.
The robbery at my house could have gone way worse, all things considered.
Yes, they could have sent the muscle guy, and then it would have been bad for ya. Yes, I mean, two main reasons you would have that sort of pick. Yes, either you're very self-obsessed, or you're really into this pick. Or people just like sending that to you, I guess. Nothing in that vase. Okay, there's a letter, or some sort of instructions. Ritual instructions. Each initiate must correctly align the elements beneath the statue representing their mask, as well as the number that marks their position in the monthly ritual. Position, name, role, code name, hero. Okay, then we already knew that from just inspecting the statues.
What nonsense are they talking about now?
Listen, Professor, like, you just needed to look at the thing to work out that that was what they were asking you to do. Let's see. Another office. Okay, some sort of librarian person with lots of books. Archivist, maybe. Hello, very much, Craft.
Just an office.
Welcome.
But this couch... Maybe from a psychiatrist's office?
Oh, yes. The very classic, you know, you must go on the lounge to talk to the psychiatrist. Okay, so this is the psychiatrist's office. And he likes disturbing pictures. Just like this lighthouse with some sort of olden horror tentacles reaching out. We're in the cult headquarters, so we're trying to work out all the cult members' information so that we can solve the puzzle and break into their boss's office. They're all obsessed with ancient Egypt and have weird names, code names, positions. Rituals of 1955. Felix's camera.
1955. So they've been doing this for a while now. 1950.
I mean, we just like a good manner and a good cult and maybe a bit of treasure, right?
A roll of film. I wonder what's on it.
Okay, so it's a roll of film. We take it because, yeah, I assume we're going to develop it in the other office. They've just got a picture of someone who looks like a nurse, maybe? That might be their wife. Clinical note. Patient, Professor Harrison Walton Everhart. Okay, that's us. The patient presents chronic insomnia accompanied by panic episodes. Prescription, phenobarbital, 1 tablet. Instruct patient to take an additional dose in case of panic episode. Dr. Eugene Kingsley, yes. So that's the guy that was coming to see us under false pretenses.
Drat. This is my prescription. From Dr. Frog in the Throat.
Oh yes, frog in the throat. Let's not forget. Some drawers that are open, but we can't search them further. Boxes. More spooky pictures. Yes, always needs to be a treasure or something secret. Black and tan.
So the good doctor tried to make off with pieces of the black ooze statuette. Wrong move, pal.
Yes, he got oozed, which is apparently not good for you, getting oozed. I mean, I guess in this case the statuette is the treasure, and then further to that is the knowledge of the elder gods.
This metronome still makes my skin crawl.
Yeah, let's not hypnotize ourselves. At last, I'm getting rid of that idiot, at least in the rituals. It was about time. Okay.
He sounds glad to be rid of him.
Rid of who?
Pharaoh already announced the ritual positions. I'll have to be next to Orion nearly all year.
Harry immediately recognized the voice of Dr. Frog in the Throat.
I've always despised spoiled rich kids, and Orion's no exception. I'll have to pretend I tolerate him, but luckily I'm fairly skilled at pretending.
Okay, so Orion is the dilettante. I mean, we may have noticed from that note in his office as well. Or the other office. But yes, that sounds like the rich kids comment. What is this? Some sort of dark angel in a mask. Yes, his pictures are definitely quite a thing. Okay, I think that's all in here. Let's look at the next office then. And then we're all around the rooms, so we're gonna have to start putting things together.
This looks like a biologist's office.
I was gonna say botanist, but sure, biologist works as well. I guess it's more than plants in here, it's also animals, skulls, stuff like that.
The shelf is packed with every kind of specimen. Looks like it came straight out of Dr. Frankenstein's lab.
I'm so good at pretending I leave audio notes saying I hate the guy in my place of work where anyone can find him. Yeah, exactly. It's just like, I'm hoping he'll find it, right? It's like you just leave a thing somewhere where you're like, yeah, it's my private thing, but I really am hoping you're gonna find it and see it just so you know what I really think.
I'm sure I could name all the fish in this aquarium.
Much to his dismay, Harry had become something of an expert on fish, especially those with striking spotted patterns.
Is it because his wife has turned into a fish? I was gonna say, like, I can name all of those fish. Larry, Bob, Edmund, Chris, Toby, Harry? Sounds good to me. Yeah, if he's got another letter on his desk. I'm glad we finally changed position. Last time I had to go last, and I didn't like it. Okay, he didn't like it when he had to go last.
They rotated the positions. What does that mean?
It doesn't say rotated. It's a change. That sounds like the clue, like the written clue and the audio clue is not aligned in their meaning. So we're gonna have to pay attention to that probably. Life isn't all hocus pocus. Just say the word and we'll have a drink sometime, sweetheart. Howard. Okay.
Looks like even kooky cultists have a love life. Who would have thought?
Okay, so is this person potentially a woman and Howard is hitting on her? And she's like, get away from me, Howard. Don't like you. Ah, yes, Patricia Seckler, PhD in biology.
Hanging your college diploma on the wall while you're in some sort of weird cult doesn't strike me as the smartest idea.
I mean, who's gonna get in here and look at it, right? Like, I'm sure they all know each other and no one else is allowed in here. It's not like someone's gonna break in and look through all their stuff. That would never happen. What is this? What sort of creature skull is this? I don't recognize this as a normal thing. Okay then, interesting specimen. Photographic processing instructions. Dip the exposed photographic paper into the 3 tubs of chemicals. Developer, stop bath, fixer. Yes. That's a PhD, yes. We have to properly recognize that it's not just any diploma. They've got a PhD. They worked for this. Photographic yes, okay. So the developer, we can kind of see a little bit of the formula. He's not taking any notes, so I'm kind of worried. So the developer is the kind of OH kind of longish thing. Then stop. The vertical O at the top, and then fixer we have no idea, but it will be the third thing. Probably a bear skull. Most weird animals are usually bears. Sure, but also no. That is not a bear. Absolutely not a bear. Although yes, I think like, because we obviously are used to bears looking quite, you know, quite round. Like, they're nice and fluffy and round and fat. But yes, if you look at pictures, especially of like polar bears, where they've not had all that much to eat, they do look a lot scarier actually when they're skinny. Like, it's freaky how they look when they are not round and fluffy. Okay, so we have a film we can potentially develop. The bears want to steal your wallet. Okay, so if we look at those formulas, yes, I think therefore by looking on the shapes and kind of the arrangement, I think this will be the developer, the middle tray, right? And then the stop will be this because it has the O on the top, because this one it's a 2Na plus and the S structure, so that's completely different. Now if the order is developer, stop, and fixer, why did they put the developer in the middle, right? Wouldn't you put the trays in the order you're going to use them? Seriously, people. Hello, Ava. Welcome, welcome. Yes, I'm not gonna attempt to read what the actual chemical names are because, yeah, I have no idea. Some sort of oxygen, hydrogen concoction. Okay, can we put the film here? Yes, we can. Okay, so film is here. Then we burn it into the paper. We pick it up. So this is the developer then. Okay, it's developed something. Then this is the stop. And this is the fixer. There we go, I made a picture.
Good. I've developed the photo.
Yes, good job, me. Okay, so what we can see on it says we can zoom in. Okay, there we go. So we can see on the picture that the woman, she has some sort of like a cat mask. It's people in masks again. Then guy with glasses and kind of curly hair. He's got a bird mask. Crystal's predicting Gloves getting super rich and then giving away lots of membership in the streams. I mean, that would be something. I mean, I'm pretty sure Gloves is already the top gifter in this channel after the Christmas presents they gave everyone. Okay, so the crocodile, that must be the guy that's like big and strong, right? Big guy is the crocodile / alligator. And then some other guy is the dog. Whoever's left. Okay. So it goes over there. We can come back and inspect it if we need to. Okay, so he's taken some notes. Yes, so the biologist Patricia... But then he's taken almost no notes about the other people, even though, like, I've noticed things, so I'm not sure whether it's because I had to do it after having the picture or what. You're a scientist, you'll be delighted to get any kind of money. I mean, yes. Unfortunately, poor scientists doing all the science, helping the world, and getting barely any money. Someone should pay you guys more for sure. Okay, so from this, since they're not taking that many notes, we know that Riga, they are the archaeologist photographer. And then the person that is the lynx is called, or like lynx in terms of the code names, not lynx in terms of the mask, is called Larry. Wait, this is not going anywhere in our notebook. You study autoimmune diseases. Well, they definitely should pay you more. Like, you know, it's helping people, surely. And yet we never pay people enough for this kind of work. Yeah, the code names are from constellations and the masks are a different thing. So we know that the newest member code name is Orion. Yeah, so here we have the constellations.
It would take a good eye to locate all of them in the night sky.
So yeah, that's all of them. So it's the Auriga, Enidanus, Orion, Corvus, and Lynx. Larry the Lynx. Yes, Lynx, Larry, and the cat mask are not the same person because Patricia is the cat mask. So we have to keep that in mind. And yes, this is of some importance because this is how the hieroglyphics are supposed to work, I think. So one of them had a date on their desk. I was like, is this today's date? But maybe it's a date that's related to their marking. Okay, so this is the diligent, who's also the big guy. And what did he say on that tape? Yeah, it says Tuesday, 29th of October. Like, is that today, or is that, you know, the date that's related to their sign? Because he says something about the person that he hates.
Pharaoh already announced the ritual positions. I'll have to be next to Orion nearly all year.
Harry immediately recognized the voice of Dr. Frog in the Throat.
I've always despised spoiled rich kids, and Orion's no exception. I'll have to pretend I tolerate him, but luckily I'm fairly skilled at pretending.
Yeah, so if he says Orion is the rich kid, then it feels right that it will be the dilettante, right? Because it's his super fancy golden office. And therefore that makes him the big guy, and therefore that makes him the guy in the crocodile/alligator mask. So that's at least like a, you know, fairly complete picture in terms of who's who. What was this note? Okay, no, that's just how to solve the puzzles. And this is... yeah, okay, that tells us that the archaeologist is the Auriga. What else do we know? Is there more stuff to see? Because I'm like, of course there is stuff in those rooms. Like, there's this locked door, but I assume that's to do with the whole... this is the office of the pharaoh, and you actually have to take an elevator to get there rather than the door. Okay, there's this
A black statue of a pharaoh. I don't know which one it represents, but it's unsettling to say the least.
Big one gives him advice. I mean, he does. He's rich, right? He basically bought his way into this thing, and they're like, oh, I'm just gonna punch people, and the other people don't like them, so it does feel like a big... and also he was like, oh yeah, they should have just sent me, and I would have just beaten the guy up, right? That would have been fine. Okay, I think this...
Egyptian hieroglyphs?
This is linked to the paper in one of the office that just says dates of the different things that were happening. And then we get the different symbols for the different people. And that basically tells us the order they were in the ritual. I think that's what we're supposed to take from this. Oh, so there, but possibly that's why there's a date. It is the current date. It's not the date that's related to like who they are. It's a date that's today, so we will be able to say, based on the dates today, this would be the order of the ritual if we read the hieroglyphics for all the people. That's what I think we're supposed to do with it. Okay. And then, yes, it's the different masks as well. So the statues are linked to the masks too. So actually we know that the cat is Patricia. We can put a name on this. It's Patricia, and she's the biologist. But we don't know her code name, and we don't know her hieroglyphic symbol. And then we know that the crocodile... let me just fix it because I just left. We don't know his order, because I think that's what the first thing is. You have a calendar like that and you never update it? Thank God he's good at it. I mean, we hope he's good at it and he updates it. No, they can't have more than 5 people. Someone has to die if they want to have a new member. Okay, so we don't know his name either. But it is the dilettante, and it is therefore Orion. And we at least have somewhat of a hint toward the hieroglyphs because they're written on that one piece of paper as the potential ones. Okay, let me just undo the things I know are not true. Okay, so we know the lynx. We know the lynx is Larry. Is that the lynx then? I called it a dog, but I guess that's the best position for this being a lynx. So we can put Larry here. There we go. There you go, Larry. And actually we can put... Oh no, again, I got confused by this even though I said it wasn't the thing. The masks and the code names are not the same thing. This is the mask and the lynx is on the statue. Don't get confused. Okay. Well, we gotta dig up more information then. This is the guy with... I wonder if you're lucky enough we have someone who currently watching the stream and can read hieroglyphics. Probably not. And yes, as we know from lots of games, it's probably not... It's not making a lot of sense. Okay, well, let's look at more things then. Because, like, I'm slowly putting together how this puzzle is supposed to work. But I don't feel like I'm getting enough information to fully solve it just yet. So this piece of paper, right, I think... So it gives us everyone's hieroglyphics here. And I think the circled ones are the suggestions for Orion. And what do you think of Orion? If we assign him the hieroglyph we discussed, his symbol would match his mask. Just as yours does. Let me know what you think. Okay, so this actually does help. Because that does tell us that if he's the crocodile, he has that symbol that's higher up because there's a crocodile on it. So it's like crocodile at the bottom and a bowl over the crocodile, then a foot and a cane. And then he says, just as yours matches yours. So this feels like the other one is circled because the person in this office is the one that's wearing like the bird mask. So whoever has this office, this is the astronomer's office. So the astronomer has the bird mask. And therefore their symbol is the bird and then a face and then like a leaf and a twisted thing. Okay, now we gotta run up and down to enter this information. An interesting level design. So, therefore, if we go to crocodile, and we're gonna have crocodile here, yes, this one, with the crocodile and the teacup and the foot and the cane. And therefore, the one on the bird is gonna also be the one with the big bird. Yes, the face and the leaf and the twisted cane. Yes, a lot of stairs for a 67-year-old man. Yeah, they're really making him work out. And therefore, that also makes him the astronomer. Okay, that adds something to this. Oh wait, there is two birds. There is long beak bird and there is short beak bird. Yes, crocodile tea. Is this long or short beak bird? Let's go look at this note. Or actually we may be able to see. Because yeah, there is one with a big bird with a big beak. And there is one with something that looks more like a chick. Like a little chicken. So maybe this is the big bird actually. And so this is not the astronomer. Did they seriously just went and gave us two birds? That's rude. Rude. Okay, so this is the astronomer with the big bird. potentially that makes more sense. Okay. Let's see what else. What more can we scrape? Okay, so this is back to the biologist. Fishes, fishes, fishes. Yes, Patricia. We know that. And then someone called Howard that wants to ask her out. Last time she had to go last and she didn't like it. And that was written on the 28th of October. That she had to go last. This is for developing the picture. Okay, maybe let's take a note of this. Okay, so on the 28th of October, Patricia was last. That will help us with the hieroglyphics as well, because if we can link them back to that chart, it will help us solve that. No, that's not what I'm looking for. So yes, it's now the 29th of October. So literally it just changed today to the 29th of October. That note is in this office. Sorry, there's gonna just be a bunch of running around because they've decided this puzzle needs to be quite a thing. Okay, so therefore, if it's the 29th of October, then it's the third Aket. Because yeah, it just started on the 28th. The third Aket looks like this. It looks like on top it's got little flowers and then a circle with lines and a half circle. Yeah, someone spent a lot of time on designing those levels for sure. They made all the offices look distinct and nice. Okay, so it's the season of Nile's flooding. So that should now let us run downstairs. And if we run downstairs, what we should be able to do now is read this board. Because on this board, we can now see that this is the Aket, right? This is the symbol for the Aket. And we're in the third Aket down here. I'm not sure if you can see the cursor, but it's basically the third line from the top. And so that tells us the order, right? It tells us that, okay, they're facing to the right. So we're reading left to right. I'm going to have to confirm this. But yes, that tells us that the big bird goes first, then the small bird, then whatever is going on here with the small bird and the snake, then the pillar person, and then the alligator. Yes, you can see the white dot. But that then tells us, okay, so what was the previous period I didn't... They're facing to the right, so you start on the right. Okay. See, they're making it all... Yes, I'm gonna check that book again. Okay, so they're facing... Now, okay, I have to still go see what was the previous season or the previous cycle, because that will tell us that whole thing, the biologist was last time, right? And that will tell us what her symbol was. Okay, so that's in this office here. So the season just before, okay, it was just the second Aket. Okay, I thought they were going to be like swapping around between the different things, but no, it seems like they just go in order. So it was just the second Aket right before that. Let me just find that book about orders of the hieroglyphics. Was this here? Okay. Yes, so it's swapped. If the characters are facing the thing, it determines the opposite reading direction. So if the characters face to the right, the text is read from right to left. Okay, so we'll be reading the other way. Yes, you've remembered correctly. I was just swayed by the fact that I just want to read the way they're facing, which is of course not what the game wants us to do. Okay, so it's actually read this way. So yes, it tells us that in the second Aked, which was the previous season, the person with this symbol with like the statue and two semicircles. Yeah, they're looking at the starting point. That's a good tip. Yes. The person with the statue and the two circles was going last, and therefore that tells us this is the biologist. So we can add that symbol to her thing. Yeah. I mean, they're gonna need a major remodel at least if someone else joins, because all of this has been designed around having only 5 people in it. Well, they have money. They are a rich cult. Okay. So we know quite a lot about Orion, the dilettante, and Patricia, the biologist, but not so much about the other people. Like, what are their names? Okay, we have the orders, therefore we can do all of the orders. Well, maybe. Because now she's no longer last. Now she's second. So we can say she's second. Let me interact. So she's second. And then the crocodile guy goes first, actually. And then there were some other things about, I didn't like being next to this guy or whatever, so we're gonna have to figure that out. I'm trying to remember what the psychiatrist looked like. Right? Because that's the one thing that we're supposed to take from that picture, that we have met the psychiatrist, and therefore we should know what he looks like, and therefore who he is or is not in the picture. So let me... He was like an old guy, right? He had white hair and he was old. So he's not the guy with the curly hair and the glasses holding the bird mask. They've just got different headquarters on the place that if the number changes, they all move to the appropriately sized building, much less waiting. He was bald, yeah, but he had white hair, right? So he could be the person in the dog mask, because he's we can't see the hair and stuff like that. While the guy with the short black hair would be someone else. It's definitely, his name is in his office, right? Because it's on our chart. Okay, and I understand what this may mean now, because he says...
This must be the group's official photographer.
Because this says this is the group's official photographer, they're not in the picture? Right? Because obviously there's only 4 people in the picture, but we're looking for 5 people. So the long beak mask, which does not appear on the picture, is the archaeologist. So Longbeak is the archaeologist. It wasn't a selfie. So yes, there's actually lots of little pieces of information you have to pick up on here. And so that, yes, that is Auriga. I may have to switch bird mask. Yeah, I'm like, why did they do 2 birds? Like, seriously. Why you must be like this? Oh, I was going to check the name of the psychologist as well. Sorry, getting distracted. Too many bits and pieces. Okay, so that's his office, and we get his name because it's just in the files he has on us. Yes. Eugene. He is Eugene. And then Rituals of 1955, Felix's camera.
1955. So they've been doing this for a while now.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what this note means just yet. Felix's camera. Oh, it's just that the photographer name is Felix. That's what it means. Of course. So the archaeologist is Felix. Use my brain. I was like, Felix's camera, what does he mean? What secret information could that entail? Just that his name is Felix, of course. Okay, run around downstairs. So we can do some more stuff again. Why'd they make it so far away? Okay, so Long Beak is therefore the archaeologist. So I had this potentially the right way around. But I think this is still the symbol because this looks more like a long beak thing. And yes, that makes him Felix. And Auriga. And if that's the right symbol, hieroglyphs, then he is now last. So he goes 5th. There we go. That's a weird way to write a 5, but sure. So that, in theory, that is correct, but I'm still not sure about the difference between the 2 birds. There we go. And therefore, you, the other bird, you must be the astronomer. Wait. Let me just check. You're upset about that 5 numeral? Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they were feeling like if they included proper Roman numerals, they would have to explain those as well. So they were like, let's not do that. Okay, but if we know that this is the astronomer and the big bird is circled here, then I think I have the symbols the wrong way around then. Because why would that be circled in the astronomer's office talking about the symbols matching? Okay, so if this is the astronomer, then this is where the big bird goes. This big bird. And that makes him last, not the other guy. And that means this guy is not this symbol and therefore he's not 5th. And so we don't know whether like it's this symbol or this symbol because they both have the other bird on them. So we're gonna change this to this for now. Okay, so we know Auriga Orion. We don't know Patricia's call name. We don't know. Okay, so the names we have left. We have Howard, Larry Eugene, Well, we know, so Patricia is the other person. Felix is the photographer. Eugene is the psychologist. Larry is the lynx. But we don't know who's lynx. Little snake with tongue sticking out. Well, we know that therefore Patricia cannot be Lynx because Lynx is someone called Larry. Okay, I think we're supposed to take more from the orders now, potentially. Because there was more mentions of the orders in like the psychiatrist office about being next to someone and then not being next to someone. This. I'm getting rid of that idiot that this ritual is about time. Yeah, so this was only the 28th of October because they shifted around.
Pharaoh already announced the ritual positions. I'll have to be next to Orion nearly all year.
Harry immediately recognized the voice of Dr. Frog in the Throat.
I've always despised spoiled rich kids, and Orion's no exception.
Okay, so
I'll have to pretend I tolerate him, but luckily I'm fairly skilled at pretending.
So whatever the psychiatrist's sign is, it will appear near Orion's for most of the year. I wish Himbo kept everyone's list. Yes, it's just like, he doesn't know what's going on, so he should have just like written it all down for us to see, rather than running around trying to figure it out. Yeah, this is one long puzzle. I apologize. Yeah, Himbo be stupider. Yeah, so for most of the year, so starting from second Perret, so for all the Perrets, starting from the second, for all the Shamus, and then the Akets, he would be to the Orion, next to the Orion most of the time. And yes, they won't be together for the current phase, which is Achmed the Third. Achnet? Okay, so... Well, so the thing with the third is that we already know that they're not together because Orion goes first and then goes the biologist, because we know that's her symbol. So the doctor has to be one of those other ones with the birds. So starting from Pachner II, Orion's here and he has to be next to him. So that would make him the bird with the snake. But then he's not next to Orion here, but he's at most of the year, so it doesn't mean everywhere. Then the alligator is next to the bird and snake, but then it's not again. So who's next to the alligator a lot? Because there's... Let me take some more. So here we have bird snake. Just make a count. Then on the next one is bird feather. Then on the next one is both bird feather and bird snake. Then on the next one is bird feather. Then on the next one is bird feather again. The next one is bird feather again. And then, yeah, it's bird feather again. Okay, it's looking like bird feather is the psychologist then. Because yes, they're next to each other here again, and they're next to each other here again, and now finally they're not next to each other. Okay, so bird feather is the psychologist. But we don't know his... Well, we have to. Therefore, it leaves him to only be this mask, right? Because everyone else already has a job. which means the dog mask is the psychologist, which I already said because I said that based on the hair, and then I didn't enter it. So his name is Eugene, and he's the psychiatrist, actually, not psychologist. And he's the dog, and he's the bird with the feather. And therefore, his order is... he goes forth. Yes. Okay. So then... we have to work... well, we know it's not gonna be Lynx, because that's Larry. So it can be Corvus or... Eridanus? Are those the only ones left? No, something's... so we have Aguirre and we have Orion. Oh, it's just that Lynx is Larry. If we can narrow down the Larry. Well, we... Can we? Like, it feels like we're... yeah, crowing something. Corvus and Lynx and Eridanus, whatever that is. Like, I think we're close. It's just who... like, the final few bits. Do we have... okay, we have everyone else's symbol, it seems, so we should be able to narrow this symbol. Right? It's just the snake that remains unidentified. So this person would be the snake symbol? Or like the bird, snake, flag, whatever. And that means he goes third? Eridanus is a river. Okay. Good to know. Okay, so that's filled in. So we have the astronomer, Patricia, Eugene. Orion's name. Orion's name. This is not Orion. Felix, Howard, Larry. Yeah, like, he took barely any notes. That's very interesting. That's our older notes. Okay, so we're trying to work out Himbo's name, Eugene's call sign, and Patricia's call sign. And more about the astronomer. 6th largest constellation in the sky. Interesting. I assume you mean the Eridanus. Not one I'm familiar with. Is this puzzle hard, or am I being a dum-dum? Because I feel like, I mean, we've been running around in here for an hour, basically. So I'm just being like, what is going on? Life isn't all hocus pocus, just say the word and we'll have a drink sometimes, sweetheart. Yes, Larry is Lynx and I don't have Lynx on the board yet, nor I have Larry, so that should go somewhere. Why is Howard making references to magic? Like, what is the meaning of that? That's just the thing. Do you have any more info here, Mr. Doctor? Like, nothing on the back. He has a picture of his nurse wife. That was Felix's name. That's all the stuff about Orion and how he doesn't like him.
This fella clearly has expensive tastes. I'm impressed.
I mean, you know, I normally don't mind puzzles that have so many bits of info and take a while. Like, it's one of my favorite things to do. It's just normally I do those, you know, as off-screen puzzles where I take my board out and spend time on it. You know. Oh, this. I don't see why Farah put so much faith in Eridanus, which we know that he sent him to see as the professor, you know, with the hypnosis trick instead of sending him. So it means that the psychologist is Eridanus. Okay, that's one bit of info I definitely read, but then didn't put together at the time. So that's something. You're having fun. That's good. That's definitely good. Okay. So Eugene the psychologist is Eridanus. There we go. So then we have to have Larry the link somewhere, which, yeah, it leaves him to be the astronomer, right? Because there is nowhere else where we need two pieces of information like this. So that would put that together. So this is filled in, which means that leaves him to be Howard, and that would kind of make sense with him being, hey girl, let's get together. And that therefore makes Hair Corvus? No? Nothing happened. Oh no. Did I get this all wrong? Well, let's check the elevator just in case.
This elevator doesn't seem to have a call button. I don't know what to do with
Oh,
it.
there's a big button in the middle of the room, god damn it.
An
Shush.
elevator. It must be the access to Bowen's office. Evangeline has to be there. I'm sure of it.
I was so focused on the statues, I was like, what button? What do you mean? There we go, we did it. Okay, so actually we put it together and it was right the first time. There we go. Let's get in this elevator and away from this place. Ah, we gotta close the door first. Can't go up with the door open, that would be silly.
As he rode the elevator up, Harry regretted not bringing a weapon. What if Bowen was still up there?
It's fine. We're a spry 67-year-old man. Ah, sorry, it's the we
All
go
right.
out the other side.
Let's see what you're hiding here, you scoundrel.
Yes, what is he hiding in here? He's got some sort of...
Well, looks like they give this medal to just about anyone.
Caleb Bowen, in recognition of his extraordinary service and dedication in the Office of Strategic Services for acts carried out in defense of liberty and security of the United States during the time of global conflict, presented by the President of the United States, Harry Truman. Yeah, because I think in the professor's office, he also got a medal like this, so they both have the same medal. And he's like, I guess they just hand them out like that. Yes, you and the guy that's evil have the same medal. So it's like, how do you feel about that? Okay, they've got notes, pictures, some sort of expedition, I guess, to the caves. Narcotic ruins, matching structures in the caves of the Rappahannock River, Virginia. Where is the city? Yeah, so that's what they were looking for. Narcotic site confirmed, very useful information. Okay, so I guess the civilization of the old gods is narcotic. Fornax died from complications after retrieving the statuette. Ichor is dangerous. We need to decipher the manuscripts. How? Who?
Apparently that John Teague was Fornax, another cult member.
One of those people is not dressed correctly. Yes, one of them is just like in a suit. Like he came here on business rather than for an expedition. Nebnes, the Egyptian priest, holds the method to activate the shining trapezohedron. The consciousness exchange will let me access the arcane knowledge lost to time. Okay, yes, we were talking last time. Jewel mentioned that the race that they're using for the Elder Gods, they have like mind-linking abilities, and that's possibly why the people in this game experience those things where they suddenly, like, have a period of amnesia because they were potentially being controlled by the gods.
Consciousness exchange? Is he talking about mind swapping?
Yes, with the aliens. The base at Spitsbergen, that's the thing she was researching, Evangeline, right? When she had her episode of amnesia. Auriga said they're keeping one of those creatures frozen in the ice. Maybe we can communicate with it. The girl with Everhart understands its language. Yes. So there is one of those creatures in the ice, and because she had the mind link, she can understand.
Spitsbergen. That's the place in Norway Evangeline mentioned.
Yep. Telepathic shrimps. Yes, they are. They do look like shrimps, at least on those pictures we saw. Just big shrimps. Big scary shrimps. For Caleb, a true American patriot, Joe. Who's Joe?
Say, isn't that Senator McCarthy?
Okay, some sort of senator. Politician. Bowen. I confirm that we'll bring Felix Stahl to America. We will do so under Operation Paperclip. However, you need to put aside all that esoteric nonsense. It makes you lose credibility with people in Washington. Sincerely, Ver von Braun. Okay, who's Felix Stahl?
I knew Bowen would never abandon his Nazi pals.
Okay, we're getting into that. We're getting into the whole, after the Nazis were defeated, certain countries, absorb some of the minds behind the situation. Unravel the mysteries of the shining trapezohedron, bring forth the Black Man, depart for the throne of Azathoth. For a minute I thought that said Azeroth. Azathoth, and the center of final chaos.
That doesn't sound good at all. And what's this Azathoth business?
The shiny trapezohedron is an artifact from Lovecraft. It's pretty important. A crazy angel stone, brought back by Enoch Bowen while exploring the ruins of Leprechaun. Yes. I mean, yes, they do say it's very much inspired by Lovecraft, this game, so there are going to be links between the game and the actual Lovecraft lore. Okay, more rooms with various objects. Oh, hello. This is the picture from the key art for the game.
This creature seems vaguely familiar.
Is that what they're keeping on the ice? He got claws and tentacles. That's part of the cave we saw. And what's this little note here? Dr. West, a human name in manuscripts from 250 million years ago? Impossible.
Dr. West?
Well, possible if mind swapping across space and time, I guess. Because potentially they can mind swap with people who are not at the same timeline.
Evangeline had to be on the other side of that door, no doubt about it. But Harry stopped before entering. Was there anything left for him to find in Caleb Bowen's office?
No, I'm pretty sure I've looked around. We got the gist of it. They're looking for the ancient race, and they're looking to communicate with them specifically, because they might have a specimen.
Please be all right, Evangeline. Let's go, Miss Drayton. We have to get out of here.
Yes, because they've hypnotized her as well, so that she would help them with the language.
Look, it's the engineer. I've seen one of those creatures before. In my dreams. In the stone city, in the jungle. He spoke to me in my dreams, Professor. I have
Forget about it, Miss Drayton. We have to call the police and...
Calling the police won't do any good, Professor. We have to go to Spitsbergen. I need to talk with him, with the great engineer.
Miss Drayton, don't you realize this doesn't make any sense? We can't chase Bowen and his...
No, you don't understand. Bowen isn't in Spitsbergen. He's on his way to the city, on his way to Nakotis.
Harry couldn't believe what he had just heard. Evangeline had mentioned a place he had known in dreams, long ago. So long ago, he had nearly forgotten it.
I had a strange dream today. I was inside a vast library and gazed at vistas of another world.
All these questions came crashing down on Harry. And suddenly, he wasn't so convinced anymore. Before boarding the plane to Norway, Evie and Harry talked about the trip. About where they'd be stopping over. About what they'd do once they got to Spitsbergen. They talked about bringing plenty of warm clothing and gear and supplies to make it through. They talked about getting their documents and passports in order.
They even talked about the strange city they had both dreamt of.
But Evie knew there was something they hadn't talked about. A question she didn't know how to ask the professor, because every time she'd tried, the right words never came out. But a long flight leaves plenty of time to think.
Professor?
Yes?
When I was being held by that man, Bowen, he showed me a picture of you. A picture of you and my father in the Pacific. Did you know my father, Professor?
And then, it was Harry who didn't know how to find the right words. Because even though he'd been waiting years for that question, he still didn't know how to answer it. Evie took Harry's silence as a yes.
Yeah, so that's the thing of like her father was on the expedition in Call of the Sea and he died because of whatever they uncovered there, but obviously he's never told her about this. She was told that her father just died in an accident. Yes, they have shrimp. They look like shrimps. They have octopus arms, crab heads. They're kind of, yes, very aquatic, which again goes together with this whole, it's a follow-up to Call of the Sea where the wife joined the fish people or something. Right, they're all kind of sea creature based. Okay, well, let's say what he said, so he gets the chance to explain. Bowen told me my father died because of you.
Bowen said, my father died because of you. Is that true, Professor?
Well, it's complicated. Look, I wanted to.
You wanted what? Just talk, for God's sake.
All right. I'll explain everything.
Good. We've got plenty of time to spare before we land.
My wife, Nora, was diagnosed with an incurable disease. The same hereditary illness of unknown origin that had struck her mother before her. The doctors had no answer. So I decided to find it myself. I never imagined the answer would take me so far away. To a remote island in the Pacific. Back then, I didn't have the financial independence I have now. So I had to raise money and put a team together. Do you remember the night before your father left for work in San Francisco? You were probably 5 or 6 years old?
Oh, God. Yes, I remember. I remember a beautiful, dark-haired woman, a nervous, scrawny guy, and a man who seemed really happy about something.
I'll never forget those words. You're a whiz, mister. Would you be interested, by any chance, in an exciting job opportunity in the Pacific? That's right. Frank agreed to come with us to the island. It pained him to leave you and your mother back in Mississippi, but he needed the money and I was paying very well. But that island wasn't what we expected. There was something there that... Let's just say there are forces in this world that mankind ought not to meddle with, Miss Drayton. Things like the Black Ooze, and on that island, it was everywhere. I told you, it's the most dangerous substance I've ever come across. We found that out when one of the expedition members came into contact with it. It was him. driven mad who attacked your father. Just a shallow cut with an ancient dagger, but enough to infect him with that black liquid. That is what took Frank's life. I did what I could to look after him, but that infection, it was beyond anything I could handle. His final words still haunt me. Harry, please look after my wife and my little girl. And that's what I've been trying to do all these years, though evidently not as well as I might have done.
Evie was speechless. She could not believe it.
Take care of me? What are you talking about? I just met you a week ago. I've never had anyone except my mother. And the only help we ever got was from the insurance checks. What kind of help are you?
There was no insurance,
Yeah, he sent the
Evangeline.
money.
What?
Harry decided that since he'd started telling the truth, he wouldn't stop halfway.
I am the Hydrangea Foundation. Hydrangeas were just Nora's favorite flowers, that's all.
And then Evie understood. She understood the strange and painful sacrifice that man had made.
I wasn't the one who drove that dagger into your father, but I dragged him to that island and didn't listen when he told me we had to leave.
Harry had spent a long time avoiding the truth of what had happened nearly 30 years before, on that island in the Pacific. But for the first time in ages, he was forced to face it.
So yes, your father died because of me. I can't tell you how sorry I am. I won't be so foolish as to ask for your forgiveness. I know I have no right to it. I understand how you must feel now. I understand that you hate me.
Yeah, well, I'm sure she wasn't having the best time with her father being dead. So we have, even so I forgive you, so we can just straight up forgive him. We can confront him but forgive him. Let it be but not forgive him. And we can just not forgive him at all. I mean, obviously I can't relate. I can't relate to facing someone who tells you, basically, I'm the reason your parent died, so I can't, you know, I can't be like, oh yes, this is definitely what you would do. But I'm gonna go with, you know, he's at least helping us now, and he's basically going out on a limb, you know, taking us to Norway because we said we have secret knowledge about the Elder Gods and all that things. Yes, what are the other passengers thinking? I mean, are there other passengers? Are we here alone? So, I think I'm gonna go with, like, you should have told me. So we're still gonna confront him a bit, you know, not just let him off easy. But I think it's better that we forgive him, considering, like, we're supposed to go on a pretty dangerous mission together, so we better not be angry at each other.
You could have told me.
I know. But I'm a coward. All I've ever done is avoid responsibility.
Could be. But you've also risked your own life to save mine.
I owed you that.
And you've paid for my schooling? That's not what a miserable man does.
I only did it because I had the money. And because I felt guilty.
Look, Professor. You insist on painting yourself as a horrible person. I don't think that's true. I think you're just a sad and lonely man who's shouldering more guilt than anyone should have to.
Harry was puzzled. He hadn't expected this. In a strange way, Evie's forgiveness made him feel uncomfortable. Didn't he deserve punishment for what he'd done? Evie's decision had made him doubt. Perhaps it was time to move on.
I don't know. Maybe you're right.
I'm sure I am. Believe me.
And after that, Evie and Harry remained silent for the rest of the flight.
Yes, it's not like he took everyone there thinking they would be killed, right?
Despite having talked about it, Evangeline and Harry were not prepared for the freezing cold they would face on that remote Norwegian island. Although weather would be the least of their problems in that place.
Yeah, it's not like he took everyone to get killed, right? He was just trying to find a cure for his wife, and then things went sideways because, well, you know, you don't normally expect there to be some crazy elder civilization blood goop that drives people crazy and makes them murderers. So, you know, how should he have known? But anyway, we're in cold Norway now. What a beautiful sky. Pink. And we're going exploring in the snow. Feels very not like the weather feels here today, because I am...
God, this is unbearable.
Still absolutely
Professor,
roasting.
Are you sure you're all right? You should have brought a couple more layers.
Don't worry, Miss Drayton. I'll be fine.
Harry hadn't always been like that. He used to like heat. But 3 months stranded on a Pacific island had changed his preferences.
Yes, he's had enough heat in his life. He's now like, I'll just be cold.
What we saw in Bowen's office, the Black Pharaoh, Azathoth, and all that. What do you think it means?
Just the ramblings of a madman, I'm sure of it. I'm actually more worried about the other things. Spitsbergen, the statue, your memory loss, and your dreams about that creature. Too much of a coincidence, isn't it?
Statens Telegraph, something something, I don't read Norwegian.
This sign. It's written in Norwegian. I guess we're close.
I guess we are. Polar bears, I mean, I
Do you
think
really
considering...
believe it's possible to switch minds?
Honestly, Miss Drayton, I have no clue what we're dealing with. But whatever it is, we better stop Bowen as soon as possible.
Considering what we're dealing with, I think polar bears are not even like the top list of our problems. Okay, foxes, nothing to do
Here it is, the radio station.
Okay, big radio station. I guess that's where we're going. That's our objective right now.
The storm is getting
fence.
stronger.
We'd better stay close to each other, Professor.
It said no trespassing. Okay, well, we're trespassing right now, so hopefully there isn't anyone here to enforce that. But yes, thank you for translating.
This looks like the station's garage. I wonder why they left vehicles in here.
Maybe
It's not working.
I interrupted her. Apologies. Okay, so this is not working, which means we have to get it working. There was another door here. Kind of a broken building. Maybe we can
The
climb up.
entry post is completely wrecked. What happened here?
Polar bears, aliens. Yes, lots of... I mean, could be just the
There are
weather.
way too many beds for a simple radio station.
Like, the
that would
place
back
just...
up what Bowen said. That this place was just a cover-up.
You know, the place just
It's
deteriorated.
no use. This switch is completely wrecked.
Yes, I mean, it's on the ground. I don't think it's connected to anything. Yes, I think if you got here, you got here with the intent to trespass.
I can see some banners on the building. They look like... Oh,
Nazis. I hate these guys.
Okay. Apparently a Nazi base just out here in the snow.
just as I thought. No power in here.
Is there anything we can do without power?
I doubt it.
This might come in handy, but not right now.
Okay.
I need to get the power on in here first.
Yes, we all hate them, and yet they're somewhere, always somewhere, sneaking about. But yes, we have to get the power back
This
on.
machinery hasn't been used for years. It's junk. Interesting. Very interesting. But it won't help. All of these rusty gadgets are useless.
So we can't look at any documents right now because they're like, no, we need to get the power back on.
I'll have to take a look at it later. Right now, I need to get the power running in this station.
But what if, you know, what if the notes are about how to get the power running? Then, you know, how are you gonna know? Okay, that just goes outside, but we can see
Evangeline,
a structure.
I see a...
Harry hesitated to say the words because of how absurd they might sound.
space ship of some sort?
A spaceship? You mean like a flying saucer?
Can't see much in the blizzard, but yes, it does look like something bigger. So they may have come over. I mean, would explain why they have a specimen in the ice. I think this tower will fall off the cliff at some point. I mean, it's possible. Would make quite a cinematic exit / entrance to the next section. Okay, so how are we getting this power back on?
Not yet. I've got to get the generator running before I can get any work done.
Well, I mean, you keep just saying those
I'll
things.
have to take a look at it later. Right now, I need to get the power running in this station.
How am I supposed to know which interactables are the ones you want here where she's standing?
No, the door won't budge.
Okay. It won't budge. Can't move it.
This might come in handy, but not right now. I need to get the power on in here first.
Not a spaceship, you say? I mean, yes, it's not exactly what we consider a spaceship, right? But it does look like some sort of large alien artifact. Yeah, I'm trying to see, or maybe this marked with the power symbol, electricity, maybe that will
This must be
help
the
us.
generator room. But it's locked.
Okay,
This
just
must be the
kick
generator
down
room.
the door.
But it's locked.
Seriously, you feeble old man. Ah! Jesus, she scared me. Can we get in through, like, the grate or something? No, okay, but he won't pick up any objects. He's like, oh, we don't need this now. So it's like, how am I supposed to find a key alongside all of he won't touch it? If we only had our friend Mr. Crowbar, yeah. Wouldn't that be nice? But yes, he's probably too weak to use it. No, this building is just
The mess hall. Or what's left of it.
a mess. A mess is left of it. Yes, that's the one building that
Stop working.
survived and is intact. Is the one we really need to get into. Ah, we do have a flashlight. I forgot. So maybe we can see a key somewhere. Or a lockpick that we can pick up. Like, if you were a key to a power station, where would you be?
The mess hall. Or what's left of it.
I don't see any keys in here. Just lots of crates and things. Wow, she's just like standing right behind me every time I turn around. Yeah, I don't think we can switch to her and have her kick down some doors, so we have to just deal with our old man situation. Someone's corpse. Well, potentially. I assume, yeah, we can't hop up on this because he's too
The
old.
entry post is completely wrecked. What happened here?
So, presumably not here with the cars, because we looked here before. Are they just gonna make me go through all of the buildings looking for a tiny key? In the office, clearly marked an accessible location in case of emergencies, yeah. If only. I mean, weren't they supposed to be organized and stuff? Okay, well, I mean, it does feel like it should be in this main building. It's just anything I touched in the main building, they were like, no, I don't need this now. So let's see if I can spy a key
Interesting.
now.
Very interesting.
Yeah, he doesn't
But
know
it won't
that.
help me. This might come in handy, but not right now.
Just
I need to
touching
get
them
the power. I'll have to take a
in
look at
case
it
one
later.
of the things is like,
Right
oh
now,
yes,
I need to get the power running in this station.
I will pick that up because that's the important thing.
All of these rusty gadgets are useless.
I already tried this piece of paper. Okay, antenna. Yeah.
Not yet. I've got to get the generator running before I can get any work done.
Ah, there we go. It is! So, actually, you were right. It is in a box that actually marked with the power symbol,
This must
and
be the
there's a
key to the
key here.
generator room.
So you were not wrong when you said it's just in a nicely marked box. I just didn't see it before. Okay, let's go. Yeah, it's... I mean, I guess they're trying to not... to have us, like, not get into puzzles that we can't solve because there's no power, but it's, like... annoying that it just, you know, makes them interactables while we're trying to find something completely different. Could have done it like, oh, I can't see, so I can't interact, and then they become interactable.
Look, seems this generator was meant to power the whole facility.
Oh, good
Try
thing it
turning
still
it on,
works.
Professor.
Hey, what the...
The current must have caused a power surge in that distribution panel up there. Let me take a look. Maybe I can fix it.
Okay, oh, because
Okay.
she's the mechanic, like, she's been doing mechanics with her uncle and all that stuff. So, she's got skills. Let's see. What are we gonna be fixing?
Darn it. This fuse box is sealed. You don't happen to have a screwdriver on you, do you?
No, sorry, I left it in my other coat. With the field microscope, the flare gun, and the cannonball.
Perfect. This'll do.
Okay, no need to be snarky, Professor. I just asked. In case you came prepared. Okay. We have to actually interact to unscrew the screws.
An old fuse box. And it looks like it still works. Even after years under this weather.
Yes, we're not
Never
gonna
doubt
question
German
it.
engineering.
Okay, so we can...
What's the problem?
Well, the whole base runs on an interlock circuit.
What does that mean? I know nothing of technical stuff, and you know it.
It means that for the power to reach the antenna, you'll have to manually turn on each switch in order.
You mean I have to look for switches all over the base?
That's right. I'll route the power from this fuse box, and then you turn it on.
Fine. Stay put. I'll get back to you.
Okay, so now we have to be switching characters. So we flipped this switch, and now he has to go and find a thing. So what, is that first switch representing what? Like, how am I supposed to know which box is it representing? Because, like, the top one, I'm just gonna
It's
go
up
back
to
to
you
her.
now, Evangeline.
Yeah, the top one is representing the antenna tower. So are we supposed to look at
Professor.
the cables? Because there were, like, cables running from here, the entrance tower, and then the cables going through to the garage. And then there is 3 things it connects to, so does turning this on gonna do it? I mean, it is blinking.
Good. I managed to turn this thing on. Evangeline, try another switch.
Okay. So we have to find the
Please,
switch that's
by all
blinking.
means.
So after that, this one. I assume only one at a time.
You're in charge now.
So we gotta see where those cables from the garage are going. Because it makes sense that there is 2 of them going to different places. So one is going overhead here into this building. Oh, but this thing is completely broken, so we're not able to use it. So you have to check whether the other box is blinking, and if not, then she has to... Yeah, it is disconnected, so we just found the disconnected one. So she may have to switch the switch to this canteen, yes, because it's not blinking. So we're
Your turn,
gonna
Evangeline.
put this switch down and instead turn this on, and that will hopefully turn the canteen on.
Your turn,
Yes,
Professor.
canteen is blinking.
Good. I managed to turn this thing on. Evangeline, try another switch.
Okay, so then it's gonna be something that's connected to the canteen as well.
Up to you now, Professor.
Well, I guess as long as we get one of the connections working, then it's fine. Okay, there's another cable running off that direction from here. Into this building. Over there. So we have to find an entrance. Okay, some sort of storage, and yes, it is blinking. Shovel! Can we get the shovel? No.
Good. I managed to turn this thing on. Evangeline, try another
Your turn, Evangeline.
Okay, and now we should be able to power the antenna building.
You're in charge now.
Thank goodness doesn't follow Christmas light logic, where one the light killed the whole strand. Yeah, I mean, it's not been the case for a while now, right? I think at least the lights I've had in recent years,
It's up to you now,
they tend to not have that.
Your turn, Professor.
Okay, so where is the blinking box in this building? Because I think it should be here. Is it not here? Shouldn't it be the antenna building? Yes, why is this man not better equipped? I know, right? Oh, it might be... Okay, there's a ladder he has to climb. We're going on an adventure in the snowstorm, climbing frozen ladders in the snow. Like, nothing's bad gonna happen. We're totally not gonna slip and fall and hurt ourselves, you know, because we're an old man. Okay, there it is, the blinking box.
Yes, we did it!
Yeah,
We're good. Power's on.
the
Heading
antenna's
back to
on.
the antenna, Professor.
Okay,
We did
Evangeline.
it. Climb down. I mean, presumably there were only so many things they could have taken on a plane with them, but then you would have thought they would have bought some extra equipment when they got to Norway.
Huh. Wasn't expecting to see one of these here.
What are you talking about?
It's an Enigma machine. A message encryption device the Nazis used to encode top-secret messages.
But how could you possibly know that?
He knows things.
I worked in intelligence during World War II. Obviously, I was
flashback.
too old to be sent to the front lines. And I can't see a thing without my glasses. But the OSS thought someone like me could be useful cracking codes. So they sent me to Fort Meade, Maryland. To the Signal Security Agency building.
And well, so he was
Russell's
in
desk is
the
always a mess.
in the code
He's
cracking.
probably on a cigarette break.
But yes, why is there a flashback? What are we gonna find out from this?
Hendricks requested a transfer to Europe last week. He's a man of action, no doubt about it.
Okay, what are we doing? TR-49. Yeah. Abby? Abby, is that you? Ah, that's him and his wife. Cipher message reader, interchangeable rotor disk, main dial, front cover, cable pairing. Initiate decryption process, okay.
Ah, the set of components that makes Enigma's encryption possible.
Okay, I guess we're gonna be cracking
We worked
codes.
hand in hand with the Brits. They'd already managed to crack Enigma, so we hoped their work could help us break JN-25, the Japanese naval encryption system.
Okay, what are we doing? We can... Okay, we can change those dials around. But I presume I need more information before I do this, right? Not just randomly swap things out. Check the first few letters of the message to decrypt and find them in column 5. Configure the machine with the elements from that row. Column 1 allows you to check the day the message was sent. Okay.
Enigma decoding instructions.
So we're gonna need that. But what is the message I'm trying to decrypt? Is it this? Classified information, set the Enigma machine for the following message. Okay.
This is the message that needs to be deciphered.
So it's GMR, the first 3 letters. So for GMR, let me just zoom this in. Okay, GMR is 25. GMR. So we get 25. That gives us 3, 1, 2 on the discs. 3, 13, 26 on the dials. And F, L, and S. No. already writing the wrong thing. 25, 312. No, okay. I got the disc right, but then it's 15, 26, 1 on the dial, and UA and WF on the plugs. Okay, so let's see. We've got to put it in there, yes. Then we've got to change those discs to be 312. Yep, that's the correct order. Then, where are the other pieces that we're supposed to be changing? Move element, select. That lets me look at the machine. No? Yeah, it's GMR. And it's 312. Is that not it? Am I missing a bit? Because it's not letting me set anything else, because it had multiple things. Yeah, cipher message reader, so that's where we put the message. Rotor disk, so I've swapped the rotor disks. The main dial. Yes, that's when the dials are there. Front cover. Okay. Cable pairing. Oh, scroll the dial. Oh, okay. That's the next step. I was like, okay. I can open the front cover as well, and that gives me the plug situation. Okay, I was struggling to see the bits. Like, the scrolling between the elements is a bit all over the place. Okay, well, while we're here, we're looking for UA, and WF. Okay, and now we can scroll the disk. Okay, so that's 15, 26, and 1. That's already in place. Ah, there we go. Yeah, it seems like they were trying to make it a bit more tactile, but it's a bit clunky in places where, especially with the gamepad, if you're trying to navigate from thing to thing. Well done, you have decrypted the message correctly. Thank you.
Excellent. I think I solved it.
That's the
Maybe we can
classified
use the
information.
deconstruction process and adapt it to crack the Japanese ciphers.
Well. So it wasn't a secret
Of course, it was
message.
hard leaving Nora alone at home. But she insisted. She knew I could help our country fight the Axis. So my only condition for working at Fort Meade was that my wife could contact me whenever she needed.
Yeah, well, she's calling, but I wanted to read this quickly. Dear Professor Everhart, enclosed you will find the revised procedure for decrypting the latest Enigma intercepts as well as a sample code. Pay particular attention to rotor settings and begin with yesterday's indication group. The blackboard configuration will change. See attached cipher sheet. Yours sincerely, Alan Turing. Thanks, Alan. You're the best. Even if the British government betrayed you. Where's the phone? I mean, there's a bunch of phones.
Hendricks requested a transfer to Europe last week. He's a man of action,
this
no
one,
doubt
probably.
about it. Yes?
Hello, my dear old pal.
Nora, it's so good to hear your voice.
How are things going over there, my love?
Well, you know they won't let me tell you anything about what I do here, but we're making progress. Mostly thanks to the British.
Blimey, who'd have thought the bloomin' Brits saving our hides?
Yes, they are, Nora. How are you feeling today? Have you had any fever this morning, or...?
I'm fine, Harry. I'm more worried about you, actually. How are they treating you in Maryland? Are you eating well?
Yes, I can't complain, but I feel like I'm wasting our time. I should be making the most of every day there with you instead of...
Listen to me, Harry. We both know there will come a day when I won't be by your side anymore. But it doesn't make sense to live waiting for that moment. Besides, you're not going to live forever either, old pal. One day you'll kick the bucket too. You know that?
Oh, that's what I call a cold comfort.
Why? What do you think happens when we die?
Well, that's a deep philosophical question. I mean, we don't know.
I wish I could be certain that I'll see you again someday. That we'll live forever in, I don't know, our house in Englewood? An eternal life without a trace of your illness? But I'm not certain, unfortunately.
Well, there's always hope, right? After all, what good does it do to think it won't happen?
Yes, maybe you're right.
Of course I'm right. And when the time comes, I promise I'll be waiting for you in our house in Englewood.
Let's talk about something else, all right, Nora? Because if we keep this up, I'm going to burst into tears and lose whatever little respect the army boys at Fort Meade have for me.
All right, darling, I'll let you get back to it. Crack those codes, Commander Everhart. All of America is counting on you.
I'll try my best. I love you, Nora.
And I love you, Harry. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, so that was just a flashback so we could, learn the instructions for the machine. Because it would have been weird if they just had instructions here, right, in the base. So they're like, oh yes, totally, we remember. We just happen to know how to use this thing. So we can decrypt messages on this mission we're in. Okay, for some reason it also lets us interact with this thing, but right now there is nothing here. So I guess now is the time where we're gonna be running around and actually collecting all of those documents that he wouldn't collect before. There's a big button. Press the big button and it prints a message. There we go. It's an encoded message.
This encrypted message is rather short. I wonder what it contains.
Well, let's take it with us. I assume he made notes. Did he make notes about using the machine? Did he not? Okay, it puts us in this little pocket, so we probably have to collect more. But now I'm concerned that we don't have the deciphering guide in our notes, because that's gonna be a problem. Ah, little
There's
plugs.
some sort of cable here.
Yes, we need those for the machine. Because we need it for the plug step. Ah, there we go. There's the
Februar
sheet.
1943.
You speak German, my sir? Did you put this in your notebook? No, he did not. Okay, we're just gonna have to come here when we have information. Okay. Another encrypted message. Yes, he never said anything. But, I mean, she's now an all-knowing being, right? Okay, it's for different dates as well. We're gonna have to deal with that to know which sheet to use to decrypt things. Because the last one, it was just like, oh yeah, don't worry about it. Yes, the notebook, like last time I was like, oh, it's a bit too hand-holdy because, you know, instead of just recording the general information, it records exactly the thing that we need. So I was like, okay, well, that's a bit much. But now I'm like, I was counting on you to at least like record the basic information so I don't have to take notes, and now it seems to not record anything. I wonder if it's like a bug, maybe? Because it even in that other puzzle which we solved, right, with the Egyptian stuff, it seemed to record very little from what we were picking up. No one suspects what we're doing here. It was Adler who had the idea of hiding the ZNPC beneath a radio antenna. He's the only general who believes in the project. Voigt and Honenberg are just following orders, and Klopke seems more interested in his esoteric charlatanry. But Adler trusts that the success of the ZNPC will secure the Reich's victory. If our research is correct, we may be able to turn the course of the war.
What on earth were they doing in this place?
I mean, researching aliens, because I assume the aliens were already here when they were here, right? Another piece of paper. Yesterday we received the code instructions for the laboratory's door, but we're still missing the general's assigned numbers. Intelligence says they will almost centrally arrive tomorrow. Until then, entrance to ZNPC is strictly forbidden. Whatever. Felix Saul. That was mentioned in the base of the cult, right? Felix Saul, that they were bringing him from Germany to the States after the war. So they were like, oh yeah, whatever, worked with the Nazis, but come over, help us with our research now.
ZNPC.
Sounds like a secret Nazi project, doesn't it?
Does indeed. Okay, what's here? Otto is dead. My good friend consumed by that black floating polyp. Only his shadow remained. The rest of the team insist in halting the project, but I won't do it. Not until the orders come directly from Berlin. Otto believed in it, and I believed in it too. ZNPC is the key to our victory. Okay, so potentially ZNPC is the alien ship?
Boy, this radio station gets creepier every minute.
Yep, and they also suffered from the ooze. Discovery during Operation Wesserbung. Captain Felix Saul. Okay. So yeah, that's the alien artifact.
Operation Weserübung. The Nazi occupation of Northern Europe.
Yeah, my German also not so good. Okay, so we have some dates marked here and people, like they were on some sort of shifts.
Looks like a workers' registry from 1943.
Attention everyone, the 10-day rule in the lab code instructions includes the day the message is sent. To avoid further confusion, I've marked the correct dates on the calendar for when the code changes. I expect every general to update the code on the respective dates accordingly. Okay.
This Voight fella doesn't sound too happy. Someone must have gotten some dates wrong.
Oh no, are we gonna have to now consider that someone gets something wrong while we're trying to decode it? This seems like it's gonna be another one puzzle where we run around.
That guy with the white hair must be the senior one.
Check out this guy. Has he been gooped? Because he looked like he's been gooped.
What a creepy looking face he has. A monocle. He must be upper class. This guy looks like a bureaucrat.
He has the face. Just looks like a bureaucrat. Okay. So that's the various notes around here. Now I'm like, were there things in the outer buildings that we needed to read? I think there's something here. Otto Adler. Okay, so that's the one they were like, oh, he believes in this project.
It's the Dienstausweis of an SS Oberstgruppenführer. Some Otto Adler.
English, please?
Oh, sorry, it's the ID of a Nazi general.
Imagine how screwed we would be with this whole mission if he didn't read German at a good level, right? We would be sitting here like, well, I guess we're stuck. No German for us. Was there a thing here? Yeah. I know, that we already read this, right? This is about Adler being the, like, yes, he's the one that believes in the project. So we can't open this door then because we don't have the instructions.
Reinforced door. You still think this is just a radio station?
Alright, I've got to admit, this is weird as hell.
Okay, so we need to figure out what the code's gonna be, right? Right now we don't know. That monocle looks drawn on. I mean, they're all drawn, so kinda. Yes, he doesn't have the strength, but he's got the brains. He's got the brains. Okay, so what? Do we decode this one note? Okay, we've got 3 of them now. Okay, so do we take this one first? Now what? It's got UZW. Now that I think about it, the note is held by the narrator, not the characters. Yes, I mean, it is held by the wife, right? And she, again, at least if I remember the other game correctly, right? The wife, you have the choice to join the Sea People, so I assume the lore here is that she's actually one with the Sea People, and therefore she can see everything now from wherever she is. reminds you of the recent Indiana Jones. I don't remember the title, but I haven't played it, like the new game. I did look at it at some point, like in terms of, oh, should I play it on the channel, you know, if it has enough puzzles, but then I saw that it has a lot of like sneaking and action, so I wasn't quite sure if it would be the thing for us here. Okay, so let's check out those things. Because there is UZW on here, and that would be on the 25th. And that's 231 2313 to GEFM. The Great Circle. Okay, yeah, that was the title. Yeah, primary and action game. Yeah, that's what I was thinking it might be, even though puzzles were mentioned. Okay, so there isn't a UZW on this sheet, I don't think. Which means yes, the other thing is correct. Something's rattling a lot. The windows. Okay. So we should know how to do this now. So we have the combination, we open this thing, we arrange the dials so it's 2, a 3, 1. Then we do 23, 13, 2. And GEFM, though. Do I have both the cables? Okay, there's one here already, so I just only needed to find one. So G E F M, and that should decode it. There we go. First message. Final communication. All survivors must leave station ZNP and return to Berlin. The area will be quarantined. Do not expect any more communications. This is the last message that our station will receive.
The Nazis probably abandoned the base. That's why this message was never received.
Okay, so... well, they were told to evacuate anyway. That's the final message. We have a couple more. This one looks a bit broken. Can we see what the first letters are? Something W. Okay, well, that's not gonna be easy to decipher then. Can I change it for the other message? Let's pick this one, because this one is readable. Okay, so this one is BDA. So for BDA... oh my god, so I have to like exit 3 times out of this thing in order to go running around. Okay, so BDA anywhere here? Don't see it. BDA is the first thing here, so it's the 1st of January. The dials are 3, 2, 1, then it's 19, 25, 6, and PWCR. Okay, let's run back and reset the machine. Yep, into the dials, please. Okay, so 3, 2, 1. So just swap this. Then go 19, 25 and 6, and then at the bottom we want PWCR. P to W and C to R. The code. Take a screenshot. I could, but then it's like, you know, I don't have much of an extra screen space between all of the windows I have open to... I could take a picture on my phone. But right now we don't have that much left to decrypt. Instructions for laboratory encryption code ZNPC door. Code changes every 10 days starting today. New code, okay, that's what the thing they were saying about the, when it changes. New code is general's assignment number and current day 2 digits, okay. And current day. 2 digits. Only the current commanding general may initiate the code change. If unavailable, the previous commander is authorized to initiate the code change. So that will tell us how to open a door.
Wonder.
Could that be the code to access the reinforced door, Professor?
Monty Python, BDA. I have only watched some Monty Python. Like, it's definitely quite the thing. And you have to be, you know, pretty good at English for it. Like, because I've seen some back when I lived in Poland and it made almost no sense to me. But then I've rewatched a bunch because I went to Scotland at some point and I visited Castle Stalker, and apparently that's where they recorded some of the Monty Python stuff. So actually, like, part of the tour is like they have pictures, and like the guy who owns the castle, because it's a private thing, like his father bought the castle and he has like actual memories from when they recorded that. So he, like, it's part of the tour to like, oh, and yes, and then they came and recorded this here and had a bunch of students running around in the water, because like Castle Stalker is literally like this teeny tiny castle on like a teeny tiny island, and some people privately own this and basically use it as their summer house, and you can come for a tour. I'm not sure they still do the tours, because obviously, like, since like the pandemic, lots of things were closed, but it was an interesting place to visit. But after that I was like, I'll give it a try again. So, you know, since I've learned more English and English humor, it made more sense, at least. Okay, so what we're now needing to do is, I guess, well, so I guess the game kind of gives us the clue here, because the only persons we know, like, this is the only general we get the information for. But it's like, yeah, it's just Otto Adler. What's his number? Is it 10? Like, cause it... Because he's just saying, like, I'm trying to figure out what that general assignment number is supposed to be, right? And that line, that's like the red writing, something, Ren Ausbildi 10. So that could be his number.
Of an SSO.
Yeah, that's just, he tells us the registration. So potentially it's 10. And then we need the current date for that message, which that message was sent on the 1st of January. Because we know that just from the code. So, and then 1st of January, but then it tells us that the 1st of January it was Honberg was the general in charge. Yeah, I mean, it may be I'm wrong, because yes, looking at the calendar, it says the Honberg, he was in charge on that day. When the message arrived. But then, actually no, because it would be, no. Because it would stop being changed on the day of the last message, right? So we have to take, he would be the first one, right? So they would have started it on his shift, but then the last message was, yes, you have to leave. But then he says they never received this message because they've evacuated.
The Nazis probably abandoned the base. That's why this message was never received.
So this message that was never received, that arrived on the 25th of February. And on the 25th of February, it would have been the shift of one of them. Let me just see. So on the 25th, it would have been void shift, but the last change of the code would have been on Adler's shift, right? So it would have been on the one guy we have an ID for, and that would have been on the 19th. So if I understand this right, the code should be 1019. So it would be 1019. This is a bit of a weird... this way. Okay. And then, oh, I try to turn this.
No, the door won't budge.
No, the door won't budge, okay. Okay, I'm not right about this then. Unless it's like vertical or something. Okay, well, there was a third note that I was like, can we decipher this? Because it's all like gunked up. But let's inspect this a bit more. Okay, can't zoom in anymore. We know it ends with a W. And then maybe a G before it? Let's see how many options there is for that in the deciphering sheets. Start with GMR as in the second thing, but don't we need the first three letters? Because like, let me see. Because yeah, it is then GMR, but I thought it had to be based on the first three letters. Otherwise it doesn't work. Let's see. Do we have things that end in GW? Because that may be like, there shouldn't be too many of this. There's ZW, we already used that. EW, SW, JW, BW. Okay, there's quite a bit of ending W's. I mean, we can try the GMR, the second set of characters, if there even is a GMR. Not on this sheet. Not on this sheet either, so yeah, we can't decode from the GMR because it doesn't. It still hasn't been added to our notes. No, the calendar for the shifts has been. I don't even know what this piece of paper is, right? It's just like an empty sheet. And then the calendar is here and that's it. That's all we got in our notes. Is there like a way to clean this note or anything? Because I can't even like zoom it in. Okay, well, I guess we've got a bunch of options that end with W. Because yeah, that, okay, I guess that's what it is. This note came from this machine, so it was never received, that final note. That's what he meant. Okay. So let's see what options we have. We have PEW, which is on the second, 312, 20. Okay, wait, you know what? Let me just take a picture. Like, that's gonna be faster than me trying to write that all of those down. Up. I'm just seeing if I missed anything else. Okay. It's a couple W's on this one as well. Okay. It's also like, there's so many of the pockets here. I'm trying to think, like, if this was in this pocket, was there any order to them when they were there? Like, would that help us with the date it could have been sent? And stuff like that. Well, we know that the last one was sent on the 25th of February, and definitely it's not the second one of those, right? So it could have been the one sent on the 13th. If it was sent on the 13th, then it would be 321 on the dials. Which is already what we have. And it would be 23, 24... and then 16. And then on the little flags, it would have been IVHM. Nope, not this. Yeah, unfortunately the clunky buttons are gonna make this hard. They changed their minds about the notebook. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with the notebook. It's really weird. Like, why is it so broken? Okay, and what else do we have with the W's at the end? Like, I'm trying to see. Maybe it's the S one. Like, I'm trying to see if I can see something. If so, that would be on the 3rd of January, 132 on the dials. 132. Then 15. 25. And 25 again. And the little knobs are on ZI and HP. Okay. There we go. Only took a couple tries. Ah, generals and identification numbers. So we have Klopke, Wilhelm 37. Okay, and Adler is 83. So even if I was right about it being him, it's not 10. I needed to get this from here. Did some research and it seems the game is back. Normally those code pages should have been written down in the notebook. Okay, thanks Crystal, yes. It does seem like it's bugged out because it's not been taking any notes at all. Okay, so I still think it's Adler who it was, based on the calendar that the note on the 25th was not received. And then the previous general that it would have been would be Adler on the 19th. So it's gonna be 8319, potentially. Let's see. Okay, and that's already on 19. And let's see if the door budges now.
No, that...
Nope. Okay. Huh. So what else is wrong? The 10-day rule in the lab code instruction includes the date the message is sent. To avoid further confusion, I have marked the correct dates on the calendar for when the code changes. I expect every general to update the code on the respective dates accordingly. Okay. So that tells us about, yes, it starts on the day with the circle for when the code changes. Includes the day the message is sent. Okay, that's just when they were told about this. There's a bunch of stuff to do with, like, the picture of those, like, you know, those guys being on the pictures, like, and him commenting on their appearance and stuff like that. But it's like, what is that in relation to all of the puzzles we're doing? Oh, Otto is dead. So that changes things, right? Because if he's dead on the 26th of January, then he wouldn't have been able to change the codes. Yeah, so he was dead. Adler was dead, so he wouldn't have been able to do it. There was another message that said, oh, if the person is something, then someone else is supposed to take over. So we're still missing steps. Yeah, he believes in this. Maybe it was upstairs. Yeah, just trying to remember when are different nodes useful to us. Only the current commanding general might initiate the code change. If unavailable, the previous commander is authorized to initiate the code change. Okay, so because he was dead, the previous guy would have done it. Okay, let me take a picture of all of those codes then, so that once I know who was the previous general, I don't have to run back here and check. Since notes are not working. Okay, so if Adler was dead, then Honenberg was the previous guy changing the date. But I guess it's still on the 19th, because it's still, the day can still change, just not the code. So Honenberg is 95. So 95, 19? Yes, I think the same, Crystal. So 95, 19. Okay, hopefully this is right. Okay, there we go. We're rotating. We're doing it.
We did it, Evangeline.
Are you happy? Are you impressed with my prowess at puzzles and German? She doesn't look impressed. I mean, so I want to say, like, I like the puzzles in this game, right? They're the kind of puzzles that I enjoy. I just find that there's a lot of running around. And I guess it might be because of the nodes not working. And yes, I have to...
So the station was just a cover-up. But I wonder what for.
Whatever it is, we're going to find out. And soon.
So I've been too trusting of the notebook to take notes for me, and now I'm suffering for it. Oh, the ooze.
Harry tried to keep his composure when he saw the oily shadow. He didn't want to alarm Evie.
The ooze is here, in his mind.
Let us out.
Let us
Locked
out?
their own people in here. How could they?
Well, I assume
They're
it's because they've
Nazis,
been
Evangeline.
oozed.
They're not exactly the good guys.
Not exactly the good guys. That's mindly put, if you ask me. But yes, I mean, they may have been basically infected by the ooze, right? So they just went, no, we don't want you guys here. Okay, well, that's ominous. Just like a shadow of a person, as if they were exploded and just ash remained. Okay, we can turn this. I don't know what it does, but let's just turn it and find out.
Do you think we'll find that great engineer of yours down here?
I hope so. This trip will have been a total waste of money.
But Evie suspected there was much more at stake than the cost of their trip.
Yes, there is ooze. I can see the shadow in the room.
Harry
Hello.
held his breath. The black shadows were back again. But then...
What the hell is that thing?
You can see that too?
That sort of cloud of black smoke? Of course. It looks alive.
Okay then. Well, let's see first if there's anything to like read around the room before we get into that exactly. Time Navigation Project Chronos, record engineered Albert Dalmayer. According to our monitoring, the creature remains alive despite having been trapped in the ice for millennia. And according to Dr. Schultz, it responds to stimuli but resists communication. It only repeats that name over and over again. It sounds human. Dr. West, I need to bring in a linguistics expert to verify it.
It references a creature. You think that might be your great engineer?
Yes, sounds like it.
Yes, like, if nothing else, they've made a great discovery, although a very, very dangerous discovery, right? You probably don't want any governments getting their hands on this. Dr. Reinhard Schultz, after the last experiment followed the change of state, the black liquid evaporated, forming some kind of gaseous polyp. This confirms that the black substance is unstable. Its state changes depending on the different sound frequencies. For now, we've managed to contain it inside the chamber, but we need to test it further.
A liquid that reacts to sound. Like in the Rappahannock River caves.
Yes, like when we played our beautiful music and we were able to operate the room. Yes, if I was to live around creatures that communicate with music, I would be in big trouble considering my musical abilities. Hello there, my goopy friend. Have you been here for all those years? You must be very bored and very hungry. Not sure if we should let you out.
Offices, control room, Chronos lab. That must be it. We have to go through to the other side. But how will we open these doors?
You said control room, right? I bet we can operate the doors from there.
That makes sense. Okay. To get there, we'll need to go downstairs and through the offices.
But
Downstairs.
Professor, the way downstairs is flooded.
Are we going for a swim again? It went so well last time. Ah yes, there we go.
Well,
there is a suit.
Seems there's no other choice. Which of
I'll
us...
go this time, and I'm not going to allow any argument about it.
Because despite how I look, I'm not 80 yet, Harry thought to himself.
Do you want to go down then?
Yeah, let's go.
Go ahead. Lower me down.
Yes, just
All right.
open the door. I'm
Very
sure nothing
careful
bad will
down there,
happen.
Professor.
I mean, to be honest, he doesn't look 67. Like, I wouldn't say he's 67. Like, approaching 60, maybe? But 67?
Everything all right down there, Professor?
So far, so good. Oh, it's very dark in here. But I think I know why this place is flooded.
Well, I got the flashlight, there you go. Do you know why it's flooded? Yeah, there's definitely been multiple references made to the fact that he's 67. Even though she thought he was even older, right? Like, she thought like he was like 80 or something. Which, again...
They must have tried to break
how?
into that flying saucer, and then release the black ooze.
Do you see any black ooze around?
All around, yes. I'm pretty sure it was the ship's fuel.
I thought it was the blood of the gods. But maybe they used their blood for...
I've still got 10 minutes of air in this suit.
They used it as fuel as well. Okay, where are we now? Oh, there we go. Some sort of
Evangeline, do you hear me?
control station.
Yes, Professor.
I've reached the control room. This is where they monitored that black smoke thing and ran experiments on it.
Okay, so we're just gonna release it upon her.
Looks like the organizational chart for Project Kronos. And that's... Looks like the organizational
Yes.
chart for Project Kronos. And that's... Felix Stahl. That guy's a member of the Starry Wisdom Society.
So that was the reason Bowen had pulled every string to get that man to America.
Yeah, that was the reason. Because, yeah, let's not worry about what he may have done. From General Otto Adler to Captain Felix Stahl. Imperative, find out everything about the creature in the ice. Stop if it continues not to communicate. Use methods you deem necessary. Stop. The fur awaits results from... The fur awaits results. Stop. I'm gonna skip that last
I
line.
really hope they never succeeded.
We requested help from Berlin, and all Adler sends is a diving suit. How are you supposed to recover all the lost equipment with just a one dumb diving suit? It's ridiculous. We better focus on studying the liquid that came out of the ship. I'll assign Dr. Schultz to it.
He must be talking about that flying saucer we saw out there.
Yes, well, it's not quite the saucer. Time Navigation Project Kronos, Dr. Schultz came into contact with the black liquid. It appears to have affected his mind. He's showing signs of delirium. He represents a risk to the project. He must be transferred to Berlin.
Idiots. Only a fool would conduct experiments with black ooze.
Well, oops.
Idiots. Only a fool would conduct experiments with black ooze.
Definitely.
Okay, she just wanted to say definitely. She's not even here. How is she commenting on what I'm saying? Kronos Space-Time Navigation Project. Whatever the liquid was, it has become extremely aggressive since the incident. Otto discovered this firsthand. Only his shadow remained disintegrated. It seeks any opening through which to escape. For the time being, we have managed to confide into a central chamber, but for how long remains unknown.
So that thing is not only alive, but it's also aggressive.
Yeah, they used walkie-talkie before, but the way she sounded this time sounded like she was just next to me. It didn't sound like it was coming through the radio, so I was just like, what? Okay, so this is one of the doors that's locked. Okay, so we have some monitors.
Evangeline, there's a panel here. Maybe it'll open those doors.
Yeah, I mean, do we want to open a door so the thing can get her? Okay, that does nothing. Do I need to enter some code first? Probably. Right. Yeah, I doubt it's gonna work without some code to go with it. Okay, well, what is the code then? Because I didn't see anything about codes. Please don't feed Evangeline to the monster. Okay, I will consider it. Anyone saw any instructions for this machine? Because I think most of what we learned, like we read, were just lore, right? It wasn't anything like... And to operate the machinery, maybe she will find something, because we can switch to hair.
Please, by all means.
So, but was there anything else here that she could read? Because those things were just lore. Okay, this is not interactable anymore, so we can't close that door from this side. Okay, so nothing specifically here. Okay, more machines, but we can't interact with that. There is the map of the place, but that doesn't give us anything right now. Something about the Kronos program. Okay, well, she doesn't seem to have anything here. I assume we will need her for when we open some doors, and then we will need her to walk. Maybe we can like let the monster out to somewhere else,
Up
and
to
then
you now, Professor.
like I'm thinking maybe yes, we let the monster out to another sector, and then she can go through, and that's what we'll be playing. But I'm just like, how do I open the things? Is there like numbers on the doors? Because there's B and A and stuff. Ah, there is. Okay. So we know that she's A438, so she may be able to see the other door code.
It's up to you now, Evangeline.
27, something 27. Maybe on the cameras?
You're in charge now.
Okay, what's on the cameras? Can we like zoom in? Doesn't seem like it. Don't see any numbers on those. Maybe 3 on the D door? 3 something. And yeah, the camera B isn't working at all. 3. Is she looking at the D
Your
door?
turn, Evangeline.
Maybe, so it's 327 for the D door?
Your turn,
Let's
Professor.
try that. So if we do that, if we do a 3, 2, 7, and then press this, which is the D door. Okay, that doesn't seem to do anything. Let's try 438 because that's the one we can see easily.
A light just came on.
Okay, a light came on here.
No. Evangeline is on the other side of that door. That black smoke creature could get her.
Okay, so he doesn't want to do this because yes, that's where she is. She is here in A. But presumably she can't like hide anywhere else because yes, there is nowhere where she could cut herself off. Yes, he doesn't want to sacrifice her. So there is another door that she could maybe go in here if we knew what the code was. Oh, maybe is it on the map? No, I don't see like any door numbers on the map. Yes, just mildly inconvenient if we kill her. So it's something 27. I guess if we can see the 27, we might be able to just
Up to you now, Professor.
get it. Because I guess that door with the 3 is indeed at something else. Okay, so if we switch this to 27, can we just work out what the other number is? By just trying the button, basically. Because I'm not sure how else to see that.
All right,
Okay.
that's on.
So that opens that door.
Professor, look. That thing. It's moving into the next chamber.
Yeah, so
It
that
seems-
makes it
It
move
seems
to
to
the
move
next
like
chamber.
a trapped insect.
Okay, so now we can close that door and let Hare leave. Because we already had her door code. Okay, we're progressing.
Please, by all means.
It's happening. Okay, so it was 527 for that door, yes. So now it's in there, in 527. But that means we need to move it somewhere else. Okay, so 816. I think it's the door on the other side where she was in. So we should be able to let her into 816. Okay, let's move her here then to wait. And is that gonna be A? I mean, I guess it doesn't matter
You're in
once we
charge
put the
now.
number in, it shows us where. So let's do 816.
Another one.
Okay, so yeah, that opens the second door in A. Which now lets her
Your
get
turn,
in that
Evangeline.
chamber and see this door, 309. Yes, the creature can't get anywhere. It's just like, oh yeah, I'm trapped in here. I can only go around here. I'm just checking for any lore we may want to read. Okay, so this door is 309. So we can maybe get the creature into here.
Your turn, Professor.
So if we switch the A doors, and then we go 309.
Good.
We can open this and get the creature into that other room. Okay, so when it's in the room, it breaks the cameras. And now we lock it in there. And now she should be able to
It's
go...
up to you now, Evangeline.
Okay, we need to open this door again. That she's through.
You're in charge now.
So the code for that was 438. Fortunately, he won't open the door to kill her, so we don't have to worry about that. That I accidentally murder her.
No. Evangeline is on the other side of that door. That black smoke creature could get her.
Okay, so I can't do what I wanted to do. Which was to get her into the room the monster originally was in, because he won't open that. Okay, so... Let's get it out of D then. Okay, it's still over there.
Your turn, Evangeline.
It's still over there in that room.
Up to you now, Professor.
Okay, it's left D, it's gone to C. Can I bring it back to B now? Yeah, I'm gonna therefore try to get Evangeline going the other way. No, it's gone to D now. Okay, it's gone to C now. Swap the doors in C. And swap the doors in B. I'm messing something up, like... I thought I knew what was going on.
No.
Okay.
Evangeline is on the other side of that door. That black smoke creature could get her.
Okay, do I need to move Evangeline?
Please, by
Yeah,
all
it does
means.
not want to go back to B. Which is why I thought I would get Evangeline back into B, but then I had trouble opening it again. Okay, can I open it now?
You're in charge now.
Can I switch A now? No, but now it just opens the other A. What's going on with this?
Your turn, Professor.
Why is it not opening this door, right? Because like that was the door we originally opened for her. And now it's no longer opening for some reason. It's only opening the other door.
It's up to you now, Evangeline.
But then when I try to move her there, the monster won't move along to B. Because the monster is now behind this door, right? It's behind 309. 527.
You're in charge now.
So can we... Yes, now it's
Evangeline
like
is on
I
the other
won't
side of
open
that
it.
door. That black smoke creature could get her.
Now will it go back to B? No? Do you not want to go back to B? Are you just refusing?
Evangeline is on the other side of that door. That black smoke
Okay.
creature could get her.
Now it's going to be. Which means now she should be able
Your
to
turn, Evangeline.
go through this door. Right, she should be able to go through 309 in D.
Up to you now, Professor.
So now we should be able to swap. No, not this door.
Please, by all means.
I'm getting confused
You're
by
in charge
the...
now.
So she's in D right now. Right, and the monster is in B. So you want to open this? Okay, I think I'm starting to maybe see the...
Your turn,
Yes, the
Evangeline.
layout of this on the... Yes, I'm starting to be like, oh, okay, I think I get the layout now. Okay, so we're here. This is
I
a...
should go get Harry before continuing forward.
Okay, we need to meet, and that's forward. Okay, so the monster is back where it was. Does this open? Yes, it does. Yes, I knew it was like
opened
the
door for
doors
you,
were
Professor.
swapping, but
you can
I
leave the control panel.
I had the
think we're
layout of
safe.
the rooms wrong in my head. But now that was apparently it, so I did, like, just as I figured out what the layout was, it's the end of the puzzle. Okay, now we can progress. Okay, more computers in this room. Okay, we've completed chapter 4.
What is this place? It looks like the heart of Project Kronos.
Could be. Do you think we gave that horrid thing the slip?
I really hope so. After seeing what that black smoke can do to humans, I wouldn't want... What the hell?
Uh-oh.
How did that thing get out?
No time for questions now! Run, Professor! Run! Quick, the bunker door!
Help me close it, Evangeline!
Okay,
Damn it.
chapter 5.
That was close.
I hope this chamber is shut tight.
If not, we'd better find another exit. Otherwise, we're trapped in here.
Yes, prisoners of ice. So, yeah, we've narrowly escaped being smoked, ooze, whatever we want to call it. But yes, we're in chapter 5. I think this game has 6 chapters, because I looked into it just to know how long it may take. So, I think this will be a good point to stop. And hopefully we can finish it tomorrow then. Assuming I don't melt, because, you know, it's still like... It is 11 p.m. and it is literally still extremely hot in here. It's still like over 20, like almost 30 degrees in here. So, yeah, it's only getting hotter around here. Yes, hopefully I will not be a puddle of goo tomorrow. I mean, it's not like I don't even mind heat that much. Like I much prefer heat to it being cold. Like it was already like kind of hot towards the end of the week, like Thursday, Friday. So at my work they were like, "Oh yeah, we turned the air conditioning down so it's not too hot," and I was like, "It's literally freezing in here. This is not a good solution." So yes, I would rather be warm than be cold, but yes, it typically towards the evening, like the afternoon heat, it accumulates, especially here because I'm at the very top of my house. So all of the heat from all of the house basically floats into this top floor, and it's here with me. So yes, it's all the warmth in here, but the fan is kind of helping, so it's still fine. It's still fine. I'll just have to, you know, stock up on ice cream and cool myself down. Anyway, yes. Hopefully, you'd rather be cold than you were. I mean, that I find that most people say that, but I just, like, I'm one of those people where my hands and feet, they get like literally ice blocks. And then I'm like, I can't do anything because my hands literally hurt from how cold I am. And like, you know, it doesn't help like putting things on like gloves and socks. I'm like, the cold is somehow coming from the inside. So yes, that's why I prefer being warm rather than being cold. But yes, so hopefully tomorrow we will solve some of this mystery, because I think as it is with this kind of cosmic horror situations, they usually leave a lot of things that are like, okay, they were aliens and they were mysterious and we've met them, but it's probably not gonna give us all of the answers. Similarly, like the Call of the Sea, right? She went with the sea people, but we didn't like truly get to learn about them. But yes, we'll see how it all turns out tomorrow. And so I hope you have good rest of your day, and then good next week in case I don't see you tomorrow. And yeah, thank you all for coming. Thank you for chatting. Thank you for just hanging out. Thank you to anyone who liked the stream. It all helps, and I obviously enjoy having you all here discussing all of the various things that you get into, even if I don't always pick up on everything in chat because I'm trying to focus in the game. I hope you're enjoying your time here. So yes, good night everyone. Bye-bye. Oh yes, and as always, thank you to all the members who are supporting the channel. Bye-bye.